Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 20th of December, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar, back below the cloud on the short-term chart, still above the cloud on the medium-term chart, and long-term still bearish. We do have a mixture of targets, downside targets and upside targets on the short-term point and figure chart. The trend is still up. We've got a lot of conflicting pictures here, but so it's not a clear run thing. But the dollar is making this medium-term transition, but we're seeing some short-term bearishness creeping in. Euro looking stronger, and we are seeing upside targets anywhere between 1.7 and 4.7%. So it is suggesting that the euro is just got a stronger few days ahead of it. Japanese yen, dollar is actually strengthening here though, so yen is weakening. Sterling looking a bit stronger as well, sitting at the 134 level. Still just struggling to get through this long-term cloud, so it'll be interesting to see whether we can do that over the coming weeks. Against the euro, we're seeing sterling is lower, against the Swiss franc is below the cloud, and against the Australian dollar just struggling at about 174. Bitcoin in the news, of course, just really volatile session here. We've been as high as 19,000 back to 16,000. Everyone looking for a top on Bitcoin. So really interesting. The charts are very difficult because of this ballistic nature of the chart, and we're seeing here on the shorter term chart we do see a little bit more clarity. Go to the 1 minute chart. Remember, just press the T key on your Updata system, and we're seeing here upside of 5.3%. So that's $17,775. Taking a look at the S&P 500, moving higher. Tax cuts in the US really driving markets forward. Nasdaq looking higher, Dow Jones higher, and the Russell 2000 just selling off a bit. Of course, these cuts were priced in, but we're seeing the futures up on that successful vote. The S&P future up a third, and the Nasdaq E-mini up nearly a third as well. FTSE 100, I say a third of a percent. FTSE 100 higher. FTSE 250 also looking higher. So markets just finishing the year end. The classic Santa rally kicking in. The DAX looking better. The Nikkei bullish above the cloud. Hang Seng also looking better above the cloud, and Shanghai still a little bit in the doldrums, just struggling to get through on the short term there. Indian market looking stronger, and Australian market looking pretty strong as well. Brent crude sitting at 63.83, that's bullish above the cloud at the moment, and WTI also looking bullish with upside targets as high as 61. So we may see a strong end to the year. US nat gas recovering somewhat off the fall off on Friday, but still looking pretty bearish medium term, and the long term chart is in danger of turning bearish as well. Copper looking stronger in the short term, bouncing on the medium term chart there. Gold looking stronger, up at 1264. This upside target of 1298 activated. Gold starting maybe its run for the new year. And silver also looking stronger as well, bullish on the short-term chart. US Treasury yield sitting at 2.46%. A jump on those tax cuts, really just looking as strong as we've seen for a while. Market pricing in stronger rates in the US. Apple looking strong, still bullish above the cloud. Google also looking bullish, and Amazon also looking bullish. Most of the tech majors looking better. Facebook just struggling at this 180 level, and Microsoft also just continuing its long trend over the last couple of years. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.